took him. Okay, he's exhausted. He's getting exhausted.
Harold, how do you have the fight?
Larry, 3-0, 30-25, George Foreman. I gave George an extra point for each of the 2 knockdowns, but oh boy, this is a great fight. Alex Stewart showed he can stand in there and take Foreman's best shots, and he's holding his own in round 3. I think he's going to come back.
I like Angelo Dundee calling George son.
Isn't that something? I was just thinking, he may be the only man in boxing who can get away with calling George son, and it sounds legit.
And Angelo's old enough to call George son. Now, I'd like to see Alex Stewart go to the body a little bit with George, because George was really showing signs of being tired.
I think he read your mind. Just as you were saying it, Gil, Stewart tried 2 parries to the body.
And George has a mouse under his right eye, a serious mouse.
Let's see if George has the energy and the presence of mind to follow Dundee's instructions to move to the side. And so far, he hasn't been able to do it. He is still right in front of Alex Stewart, Gil, and taking a lot of punishment because of it.
Taking a lot of punishment this round. I haven't seen George take this much punishment in any fight in a long, long time.
And Stewart is fighting a very disciplined fight, Gil. Something we didn't think he could do.
He is, and he's paying attention to his corner, just threw a couple of pretty good body shots. And he has George's eye close to closing.
You talk about a career resuscitation. If Alex Stewart could score a victory over George Foreman, he'd have new life.
Again, Stewart has to get off first a little more often. He waits to see what George is going to do all the time.
We saw a journeyman named Bert Cooper revive his career in a losing performance against champion Evander Holyfield. Stewart is certainly earning some credibility here.
Well, he has to throw more punches, though, Jim. He still waits for George. Waiting for George.
And the big jab continues to take its toll for Foreman.
Looks to me like he can hit George with that jab almost at will.
He sure can. He just landed 3 straight jabs on the eyes of Foreman, but now he's momentarily stunned by another left hand. George puts his hands at his side and talks to photographers at ringside while Stewart hits him.
I don't think I've ever seen that in a fight before, even from Muhammad Ali.
Larry, yes, in the Larry Holmes fight with Ray Mercer, he stopped to talk to the cameraman during one of the rounds.
Well, if Stewart keeps hitting George like this, the big man won't have much to talk about tonight. This has been a very good round, particularly the last minute for Alex Stewart.
I think this has been a big round for Alex Stewart.
And with each passing minute, he's learning more about what he can do pretty easily against Big George. Like that right hand right there. He's got to stop eating the jab, though.
Alex Stewart wants to extend this fight in the hopes of getting Foreman tired. That could be the first brick in the road to a victory.
Shut up, shut up. Number 5, number 9. Move that, move it. Yeah, right here. Right there. How about the ribs? Ribs? No, I'm not ribs. Okay. Say what you're going to say and be done.
Watch Alex Stewart, never known for a jab, but he's thrown a bunch of them here. There he throw a 1-2, a right followed by a left. There's a left followed by a right. That was short. More jabs. Stiff, hard jabs. And George is talking to the photographer, ignoring Stewart. Why didn't he jump on him with about 6 punches there?
Round 5, maybe farther than George Foreman wanted to go in this battle with Alex Stewart, live from the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas.
And George is really angry because his cornerman tried to give him advice. He told him to shut up.
74th fight of George Foreman's career. I think what he wants over there in the corner, Gil, is for Dundee and Dundee only to be talking to him.
Well, that's the way it should be. One man should do the talking. Again, Stewart keeps waiting for Foreman to lead. He has to take the initiative himself a lot more often in this fight, and he can do it.
When he does take the initiative, particularly stepping straight forward with the jab, he's causing George a lot of trouble.
And he's landing almost at will.
But Stewart continues to eat Foreman's jab, and he can't do that indefinitely and keep standing uphill. Straight right hand, got through the guard for Stewart. Foreman looking a little bit more patient, less frustrated than in the last round.
And George is looking a little tired to me right now, Jim. The mouth is wide open. You can see he's gasping for breath.
And he's angry as well.
Which can make him more tired, Larry. But also can make him more dangerous.
Left jab right on the face by Alex Stewart. The mouse is very prominent under George Foreman's right eye. If it opens up, it might be tough to get it closed again. Stewart now targeting that mouse with the left.
And Stewart standing still taking punishment. Why? Why? He just keeps watching George, letting George get off. He's being led by George Foreman. I know it's a big task, but if I was in Stewart's corner, I'd tell him next round go out and back that big guy up. I don't think George can fight backing up.
You know, the left hand never really loses its snap for George, Gil, but it looks to me like a big indicator of when George is tired is when the right hand begins to come slow motion. And now he takes straight rights on the face from Alex Stewart.
And here, Stewart hit him with a good right hand, nailed him pretty good, and did not follow it up.
Well, Alex Stewart, as we told you before the fight, has never been in a bout that went the distance and was given to the judges for a decision. But he told us he was ready to try to do that tonight for the first time in his career. And maybe he can fulfill that promise.
Got it right here.
I got it. Alex, beautiful, baby. Beautiful.
Don't stand on the rope, baby. Don't.
Nice and easy. There's your easy, son. Don't blow your nose.
Oh, there it is.
Right hand.
Okay,
Move to the right.
Right hand hard around the side, left hook to the head. Get close enough and burn it with it.
Good and smart.
And watch Stewart here as he weaves and tries to come up with some punches from a low angle. And Foreman's going to try to uppercut him sooner or later. He did later. One thing I heard in Alex Stewart's corner, they're talking already about the closing eyes of George Foreman, and he's being told now to start to throw some hooks to get to those eyes.
And in George's corner, you know, it's very difficult to work on a man when he stands between rounds, as George does. They did not use the end swell on George's eyes. His eyes are puffing and they're closing. Again, he should be sitting down in the corner, and they should be paying attention to those bruised eyes.
Well, you see the slugfest we have underway here, as halfway through the bout, both fighters are landing more than half of their blows.
But that's what Stewart has to do. He has to take the initiative. He just doesn't do it enough.
Failure to use the end swell on the cut under Foreman's eye. Shades of Mike Tyson in Tokyo, where that eye swelled up and partially debilitated him.
That's correct.
Will Dundee ask George to sit on a stool so they can do better work on the cut?
Well, I think he should. But, you know, it's difficult working with George. He's nice to be in charge of everything himself.
Jimmy Williams is right. Both eyes are closing on Foreman. Stewart's got a big chance here now.
And George is trying to dance now. He's trying to get some life into himself.
He knows that Alex Stewart is landing at will, and the time may be running out on the second career of Big George Foreman. Right hand over the top lands for Stewart. Crowd tries to get Foreman going, chanting, George, George, George. 3 straight blows directly on the face by Stewart. Foreman less and less aggressive as round 6 goes on.
That's what Stewart has to do. He has to take that initiative, get off first. Keeps waiting for George. Now he's loosening up a little bit and becoming a lot more effective.
Remember that Alex Stewart was floored twice in the 2nd round. Since that time, he has built an increasing crescendo, tattooing George Foreman with rights and lefts.
They're going to have to do something with those eyes as George Foreman.
I've never seen him look like that.
I don't think they'll stand up another 4 rounds. That's what Stewart has to do. Punch to that body, sets up those head blows.
Well, we've all seen the moment in the Rocky movie, Gil, when Burgess Meredith slices open the mouth to allow the blood to flow out.
That's only in the movies, Jim.
We won't see that here. But they've got to sit him down and use the iron inswell on him to have any chance of getting that swelling down. Alex Stewart has a big chance.